Today on In the Wood Yard, we've got a firewood delivery. Here we go.
Here, have a piece.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to refuse that.
Throw the dog a bone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, moist. Yep, and smoke.
So for those of you that have been watching the channel for a while, you probably have noticed something a little different. I took 10 years off of my body. I got rid of white hair. My wife says I look 10 years younger, and I feel younger. I feel faster. I feel stronger, better looking, all those good things. So this order I have is for a restaurant. They called me a couple days ago and said, bring me hardwood. Doesn't matter. I said, well, do you want hickory? Do you want cherry? Do you want oak? They said, it doesn't matter. Just as long as it's hardwood and then it burns and it's dry. So I've got cherry right over here to the side. I'm gonna put a bunch of that in. Then we're gonna put in some ash, and then we're gonna put in some oak. So we're gonna mix it up with some of the good stuff. And that's all they want. So I'm gonna load it up and we're gonna go deliver it. So it's loading time right now. There it is. I put a little oak in at the end. There was some white oak in this pile that I cut like 9-10 months ago. It was a real small tree, so I split it pretty small, so that's dry. And then there's a lot of ash in here, mostly ash here, that I put a lot of that in. And this stuff was cut last winter, so it's really dry. I've tested it with a moisture meter and it's super dry. And then the first stuff I put in was back here in this pile. And this is all cherry that was cut this last winter back in February. So it's been stacked. I've been just picking at the top of it, pulling stuff out, and the stuff on the top is real dry. My only concern is that it's been sitting there a long time and the stuff on the bottom is not drying at all. Because I have clay soil here, unlike a lot of the places that make the big cones or big mountains of wood. A lot of times they're on sand soil, or they may be on gravel, which eventually that's what I'd like to have. But this is kind of the lower part of my property right in here, and everything drains kind of this way. And it's on the ground and it's clay soil, so it really never gets real dry underneath. So some of that stuff is going to be wet when I get to it, but it's on my list of stuff to do because I got a billion things to do here, and I will get to it one of these days. I still have rounds there to split. I still have logs back there to cut yet, so there's a lot to do. So now we're going to go deliver this load to the restaurant. This is going to a restaurant that smoking is not their primary thing. They serve family style type food, but they do have brisket and ribs on their recipe, and that's what they do with this. They only go through 2, maybe 3 face cords a year, so about a full cord or less a year. And they just call me every like 4 months or so and say, hey, bring us another load. So that's what this is. And the guy that is the head guy, the manager at the restaurant, is also a Firewood customer of mine, so that's how I actually got the deal to sell to them. They're a franchise type restaurant, so it's not privately owned, but he's the manager, and so he picked me to do their wood. So there it is. We're gonna go deliver it right now. So I just pulled up to the back of the restaurant. This is it. This is the rack that I fill up right in here. They want the wood right in this area. This is their smoker right here. And so there it is. I don't know, it's a smoker. That's it. So all I gotta do is fill these racks up right here, so that's what I'm gonna do. Here comes the wood. There's the stuff. So it's breast of turkey?
Yep, breast of turkey. We smoke our turkeys.
Nice.
And over here, spin these around. These are gonna be pork loins.
Oh.
We'll smoke them for a couple hours. They'll have the juice already in there from just the grease. We'll put them in the oven, wrap them up for I need to grab that a couple more hours.
There's some big ones.
And then you can just shred it up with the tongue.
Yeah,
Mix
nice.
it with some barbecue.
Yeah. So do you run this thing pretty much every day?
At least once, yeah. Not every day, but yeah, usually something's in there for a few hours. Tomorrow we're going to do our brisket.
Oh yeah.
I just did 2 cases of ribs already.
So this will give you how long will this last then, what you got right here?
Well, for the pork, this is going to be for EAA.
Oh, okay.
And I need about 15 pans of this for a party.
15 pans for one party.
Yep, 600 people.
Wow. So that's a good account then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called the Watermelon Social.
Oh, nice.
It's at the Seaplane base at EAA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. That's a lot of ribs. Boy, that looks good.
Oh, that comes out really good.
God, I can't imagine cooking this stuff, smelling it all the time. You want to eat it all.
Yeah, this turkey comes out really good. Get this guy out here.
Nice. Oh,
Here.
yeah. Looks like it's getting done.
Oh, that didn't get a piece of it to come off. Here, have a piece
Oh,
of it.
yeah, I'm not going to refuse that.
Throw the dog a bone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, moist.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and smoke.
That is good. Yep.
Yep, this is what we use for our turkey Reubens, turkey sandwiches.
Nice.
That's a check for you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I got
Good
Adam.
deal. So there it is, stacked, racked, packed, it's in there. He gave me a chunk of the turkey that was on there that he showed me. Oh my gosh, is that stuff good. Delicioso. So there it is, down the road, we're going back to the woodyard. I am back in the woodyard and I had a choice tonight. I have about 2 hours of daylight left. I could have stacked some wood. I could have started up the processor and processed some wood and got a trailer load full done, which would have been a fun thing too. But I realized that I have this pile of cookies right here that is discards from the stuff I split. I have that pile of cookies, which are discards from stuff that I split, that's over here. So that's all piled there. And then I don't know if you can see it from here, but way over by the processor, there's a pile of cookies over there. So on my way home from my delivery, I decided to stop into one of my favorite stores in the planet, or on the planet. I stopped at my neighborhood pellet store. Look what they had for me, a bunch of pallets. Now these are bigger ones here. There's some like 8 and 9 footers here. Nothing real huge as far as width, but long ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this area out right now. I'm going to use these pallets that I got just the other day to make a base here, and I'm going to build another cookie bin right here because this is a good spot for it. It's kind of back out of the way, and my other cookie bin is over here, which is really full. Actually, I have 2 of them. This is the big one, and I got a small one up over there. Now this big one has probably upwards of, I would guess, 6, 7 full cords in here of odd size stuff. Chunks and things like that. The cookie bin, as I like to call it. It is a big one. You can see it goes all the way back here. So there's a lot of cookies in there. And I made it so that it's quite high. And that's what I'm going to do over here too. I think I'm going to go at least 5 or 6 feet high and then make it so that it's 9 pallets on the ground. I'm going to go all the way back as far as I can out to here. Or maybe I'll go 6 pallets. I don't know, it's gonna be big. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Once I get this junk here cleared out, kind of level this off, I'm gonna put the pallets down, put them together, and then start building the walls, because I gotta have a place to put cookies because I'm getting more of them. So, and a question everybody asks, what do you do with your cookies? Well, I sell it for boiler wood. I sell it for campfire wood, and I burn it myself. And I give some away too, to people. So this year I'm gonna have a lot of it because I'm gonna be producing a lot more of it, and I've already got a lot. So I got to build more space to put it. So here we go. It's cookie bin time. So you saw me unload the pallets from the truck, and then what I've been doing for the last half hour that I didn't record because it was no big deal is I cut a bunch of these strips that I had, like this gray one here, this one here, this one here, that one, that one, that one, and then the same on here. I did that one, that one, that one. So every other one, because there was a big open spaces on all these, and then all these gray ones on this one, I just nailed all those, and so I just cut those and nailed them on just so that I could fill the holes a little better. Because what I'm going to do is to take some 7-footers like that one that you see back there, and this one I think is an 8-footer is going to go in the middle. This one here is a 7-footer, and I'll put the 7-footers on either side. I want to put the 8-footer standing up vertically in the middle, and a 7-footer on each side, and then another one on the side, another one on that side, and then like 5-footers. That's what I've got, some 5-footers coming out this way. So basically I want to get the back side higher, and then because that's what I've got, some higher ones there. So I'm going to do those in the back, and then the lower ones, which are still pretty high, they're still 5-footers on the side, and just go from there. And I might have to go get some more because I might not have enough to do the front or whatever, but I can always keep building it up higher and higher and just cobble it together, because it doesn't have to be like a structure that I'm going to live in. Because all it's got to do is hold some cookies. And the other one I cobbled together, just kind of nailed a bunch of things, and I put some brace pieces across the top and on the bottom. It'll stay together. Now you noticed I put these old fence pieces underneath here just to get the pallets off the ground so the pallets last longer. I did that because generally the pallets will rot and stick to the ground, so the more layers of material I can get underneath, the better it is. I know there's several guys that are on the channel that made comments when they stack wood, they go 2 pallets high all the time to get the wood off the ground that much more, so it gets more air circulation and less contact with the ground, so you stay away from the moisture. So I'm actually running out of daylight. The sun is setting right now, so I'm gonna try to nail on a few of those back ones and brace them up, so we'll see how much I can get done before I run out of daylight. Gotta get going. It is not a work of art, I can tell you that right up front. I didn't measure hardly anything, I just kind of guesstimated everything. And I got I got these two corners kind of in place just to hold it so it doesn't blow over. I got those kind of braced. I'm just taking chunks and bracing them across the bottom. That's what I did in the other one. I just had those pieces that are down here. They're the cross pieces for some laths that I have that I've nailed on there just to kind of hold the bottom in. And I nailed from both sides, the front and the back, and I nailed on both sides, left and right, on the studs going up there. But it's pretty high. I mean, this is 8 feet high right here. So once I get this all nailed together, make a box out of it, and then I'll run brace pieces from up here across to over here, you know, 45-degree corners here. On all the corners, I'll probably even double them up. So I'll go high and low like I did here. I stuck these couple just to hold them in place. I just nailed those on there just to kind of hold it so that it wouldn't tip over. But it's getting more and more solid the more I brace it up. So it's getting, the end of the day here, I'm running out of daylight. Mosquitoes are getting really bad, so I've been flopping her all around trying to keep them off of me because there's no wind at all right now. So tomorrow I will finish this and then we can start filling it. So that'll be good. And then tomorrow, I think I'm going to run the processor. So you should come back between now and tomorrow. When you come back at 5:30 a.m. for tomorrow's video, go to my channel, check it out. There's over 750 videos waiting for you to watch. Go now. Good night, Irene.